What's up? I'm here with the Professor, Jordan Tyler, at House of Gains, which is fucking sick. This place is massive and has every piece of equipment, and I'm very excited to train. We're going to hit some chest. We're going to talk some shit. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Sweet.
Yeah. Thanks for having the smartest man in professional wrestling.
It's not hard. It's a low bar.
It is a very low bar.
What do you usually, what's your like chest?
I usually start off with a pyramid on flat bench, flat barbell.
Okay.
So I'll do 12, 10, 8, 10, 12. And then I'll go from there to cable fly, like high cable flies. And then there's a super incline machine over here that I really like the way it feels on my pec. I'll hit those.
Sweet.
And then from there, I usually hit pec deck. And that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's funny talking to people that aren't history dorks in a way. I was just, actually the guy I just shot with, I was like talking to him about it. I was like, from like bouncing and bartending for so long, like I'm used to communicating with people that are blackout drunk and stupid. And it's like made it really easy to be on social media because it's like that's the average person's kind of like baseline thought is like what's right in front of me. Also, always wanted to use one of these things. The like little unracking thing.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite bench
here.
This
is so low. What is this, a bench for ants?
It's for us short arm folk. We're going to do another light warm-up set of like 95. Yeah, you know.
I can't
you
have
know.
Ass, dude.
But I was listening to somebody and she was like, why'd you go grab that 45 from over there when there's one right here? And I was like, oh, because it's not the one of the black ones with the white letters.
It's not the same.
And she was like, what's it matter? I was like, well, I like for them to all be the same.
Well, I do it all the time, like with clients, where like I'll swap out a weight that they've put on and they're like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, because I can't, my brain will malfunction if I watch you do this.
What'd you say you were going to do here?
Do they call them your hog trainers?
Yeah, House of Gain, hog.
That's hilarious. Yeah, brother. Training that hog.
Training hog, brother. What'd you say you were going to do here?
Like a 2x8. Okay. And then I'll get into more volume with accessories. I don't know. I still have power lifter brain about flat bench.
Give me 185. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh no. Forgot to turn on my little app.
Dude, now it doesn't count.
It doesn't even count.
Now it doesn't count.
There's been times where like I forget my watch. I'll turn around and go back and get it. I have to have the data. What good is the lift if I don't have the data?
All right, now I'll take a quarter. What was the spark for like starting wrestling? Where you're like, I want to like do this instead of just watch it.
Even when I was a kid, I was like doing it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I had one of those, I had those little wrestling buddies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can remember I would wrestle in my bedroom, and I had like the WWF the album, like all the entrance musics. I would play their entrance musics on my little CD player.
Yeah.
And I'd wrestle my wrestling buddies. And then, you know, like my friends and I all wrestled on trampolines and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
What do you want? I always wanted to do it, but like, I didn't know how you went about doing it.
Yeah.
And I was also never a big guy. And wrestlers back then were all big, jacked, muscly dudes. So I was just like, I was like, that's not for me, you know?
Yeah.
So I went the academia route. And then when I was actually, I stopped watching wrestling for like, most of the time when it stopped being cool. You know what I mean? When the Attitude Era was over, you were no longer cool if you watched wrestling. Yeah. So I stopped. You know, I would peek in every once in a while, see what was going on, but I largely stopped. And give me a 10 on each side. And when I was in grad school, I found myself like on Monday nights needing just some kind of background noise to like have on while I was literally reading the Karl Marx Engels reader for my 3-hour Marx seminar course. And I was like, I need something on in the background. So I started turning on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And that's whenever Daniel Bryan was kind of like coming up and like was getting popular. And like, I was like, I started getting into it, but from a different reason. Like I was getting into it from getting on the internet and reading about the backstage stuff.
Yeah.
And what's going on, and I got into it for the storyline stuff and like understanding that it was a performance, but there are also real humans underneath those characters. Yeah. And there's also real stuff going on there, right? So I got really into it, and then I read this book called Fighting for Recognition by R. Tyson Smith. He's a sociologist at Duke.
Okay.
And it was about, he did some ethnography. I guess I don't know if it was really ethnography because he didn't do it. I mean, he observed.
Yeah.
Either way, he was going to a school in New York that he keeps anonymous, which if you know the underground wrestling scene, you can figure out which one it is, right? But he was writing about like how these wrestlers are like managing their statuses and their identities and stuff. And I was like, man, I bet that would be really cool to do, except as an actual wrestler.
Yeah.
And I was like, I always wanted to be a wrestler. So I was like, why don't I go? I'll find somebody to train with here and I'll do a dissertation on that. And then, like I said to you earlier, we had a miscommunication. And like, I thought I was supposed to come on someday, and I went there and he wasn't there, and I emailed him. And he was like, oh man, I already started this class. I can't do it. It was, whatever. And I just decided like, all right, I guess I'm going to switch my dissertation topic. And then when I got into Carolina, like I didn't know anybody. I moved there because when you get a PhD and become a professor, I didn't know anybody. I moved there, didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. And I just like Googled and saw that George South had a school there. And went and started training and like met some of my like best friends there. Sick. And then did the same thing here. I stopped wrestling. And like, I was like, yeah, whatever. I wanted to be a wrestler. I got to wrestle, It wasn't as glamorous as you would hope, but I got to do it. Cool, I'm done. And then I moved here, didn't know anybody. Found out that a couple of my friends were actually going to be moving here to train. And then like through a couple of other things, I was like, maybe I should start wrestling again.
Yeah.
So I started training.
Another shot.
Yeah, so I started training here again back in like 22, maybe 23. I forget exactly when. I've been going ever since.
Sweet.
Yeah. And again,
it seems like a lot of like, I don't know. Everything seems fun when you're not all the way engaged in it, and you can just kind of like pick out the fun bits.
Yeah.
But it seems like a really solid community of like guys that all like kind of get it in some way of like, we can all have differences. We can like beef for fun. Yeah. And like some of us beef for real. But there's like a baseline level of respect of like, hey, like we're all broken doing this thing that's kind of silly, but we love it.
Exactly.
And it's like very similar.
And we also have to keep each other safe while we're doing it. Right?
Yeah.
It really is like wrestling's a community. It's where I've met like a lot of my like really my closest friends.
Yeah.
And it brings together people from all walks of life because it's the best form of theater on earth, man. Like it's live action gymnastics with soap opera in it. Like what's better?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it was like started because of academia.
What was that?
So like wrestling came from academia from you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, wrestling.
It was always kind of there. Like you grew up watching it. Like it was fun as a kid.
Oh yeah, the way I was potty trained was my grandma bought me Hulk Hogan underoos, which, considering my stance on Hulk Hogan now, is pretty hilarious. I mean, he's an awful human being. But thank you, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, shout out. Hey.
Otherwise, I might not use a toilet. You know,
taught you how to shit.
Yeah,
it's about always good for.
Yeah, all he's good for is teaching me how to shit because he's a piece of shit. Oh. Man, that's some resilience right there.
Oh,
I hate when that happens so much. I hate when that happens so much. When I first started lifting years and years ago, put 225 on. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was squatting in a Smith machine.
Yeah.
And I had, I don't know, 225, 250 or something on the bar.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the safety latches up. So I go to squat, and when I go to squat it, I go to hit it, and it clanks off one of the things because I didn't go up high enough, right? A seasoned lifter would probably just come down to the next one.
Yeah.
Somebody who's very green, like I was, tries to go up onto the next one, and all the weight came straight down on me. Luckily, the person who had used it before me or whatever had the safety latches up on like the second or third one from the ground.
Yeah.
So it didn't snap my spine.
Yeah.
When it pinned me to the fucking ground, my knee like buckled underneath me. I couldn't walk for like a week or two, but I didn't have like health insurance or anything.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it checked out. I literally have never gotten the knee checked out. It's the reason I had to stop doing Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu because like, if it gets pushed in a direction sometimes, it'll pop out.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, it's done it a lot less. I don't know if it's healed or
You
what.
got what the old guys call a trick knee,
Yeah.
which is where they just tore something when they were younger and the doctor was like, you're fine.
Yeah.
So I've had 3 knee surgeries and 2 wrist surgeries.
Jesus Christ. You sound like a professional wrestler, bro.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Whew.
Are you still in academia? Like,
No, not really. So I have this idea for a book. I want to write a book about essentially taking what my original wrestling dissertation idea was, turning it into something a little bit more nuanced. I want to write about the LGBTQ community within independent professional wrestling.
Sick.
In Austin, and I mean in Charlotte too, but really in the United States, but especially in Austin, there's a really vibrant LGBTQ pro wrestling community.
Okay.
And I've been able to like, meet a lot of these people, and like, as an insider, I feel like I can like get interviews with these people, and I think it could make for like a really interesting book, as well as like pieces of the book could be interesting articles.
Yeah.
And if I were to do that, that would open the door to get back into academia.
Were you lifting like while you were still in academia? Like, were you this big?
No, I was not this big, but I was lifting when I was in academia.
How did that affect the way people like treated you? You know what I mean? Because
it was funny. I don't want to say bullied because I didn't feel bullied, but it was almost like the other nerds. Because like, who goes to grad school for a PhD? Nerds, right? I'm a nerd, right? Yeah. I just happen to like to lift weights and liked football and stuff, right? Yeah. So like, it was almost like I felt like the years and years of frustration that they had for people like me, they got to take out on me because they were now outnumbering me, and I just had to take it. Yeah. So like, they would just like do whatever they could to try to tear. They would like, oh, your calves are small. Like, bro, come on, dude.
It's a thing that's tough where it's like, I get it. Like, you're right. Like, it is silly, and like, it's kind of funny, and like, there are a lot of douchebag meatheads, and also, like, it's not everyone. I just like being big. Like, it's cool.
But the thing is like, that's how you know you're not one of the douchebag ones. Yeah. Is it because whenever they make those jokes and stuff, you can be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Like I'd come into the computer lab and they'd be like, oh, did you just do gym, Ty? And I'm like, yeah, I just did gym.
I went gym.
I went gym. Yes. And they're like, oh, is that your boiled chicken? Like, I just got to the point where I was like, yeah, it's my boiled chicken and my rice with no flavor. Yeah. Yeah.
It's roasted, you motherfuckers.
Well, it was weird sometimes, like seeing, because after you, so until you get your master's, you like TA classes and RA for professors. Yeah. So like, you'll have students as a TA, and then after you get your master's, they start exploiting your labor by having you teach the professor's classes so they can just do research. Yeah. Which is hilarious in a sociology program, by the way. Like,
you don't expect us to pick up on this?
You'll have these students who are also very close to you in age, and then you see them in the gym. Yeah. And like, you need a spot, and you're like, hey bro, give me a spot. Please. It's kind of weird. It's a unique experience for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I get that all the time being a dude that's like, I'm into all of the traditionally hyper-masculine shit. Like, I like fighting, and like, I like lifting weights, and like, I woodwork, and like, I was a bouncer for so many years, and then I ended I was at this like lesbian burlesque show. Okay. So it was like, I had a bunch of my friends that invited me. Yeah. Because it's like, we're all homies, this is fun. And then like, I show up and it's the immediate like, the fuck are you doing in here? And it's so tough because it's like, I get it. You know, like, you're understandably off-put by my presence here.
I get it, yeah.
And also, like, I just, like, sorry. Like, it doesn't, like...
That's why I wear shit like this. Yeah. I'm aware of how I look.
I don't know, it's like, all right, like, we're, like, this is this most accepting, super coolest group. Yeah. and also I feel so othered.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
And I get it.
And but it still sucks.
So I'm just gonna deal with it.
And I'm just gonna stand awkwardly in the corner and be like, I'm so sorry that I'm here. Like, and until
But I want you to know I'm really enjoying myself authentically.
Yeah. And then like you spend enough time there and they go, oh, cool. Like you just
he's cool.
The way we think you're gonna.
Yeah.
Like, or like you look a certain way, but you're not at all that inside. And it's very weird to have that from like the power visual position of like, I'm the intimidator, but like I feel so small because it's like I know I look like this, but I don't want to feel like
because you know you don't fit in that social setting.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what your physical is whenever the social setting is one that you don't feel comfortable in.
Yeah,
right.
And it's also like I don't necessarily want to do all of the like visual social signifiers. I don't want to paint my nails. Like I'm not gonna have long hair. I like the way I look and dress, which is like jean shorts and band shirts.
Ooh.
Do you want to take another one here?
No, 185. That's my last, and that'll be my last one.
I'm gonna skip that one because I'm a baby.
You want to do a machine now?
Yeah, some sort of incline press.
We can look around. There's some good flies and stuff.
Yeah,
some Panada flies and whatnot.
I'm down to go like incline press then fly.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I've really been progressing a lot with these pyramids where, like, I go through this process of, like, wait till, like, I can get each of those, like I just did successfully for, like, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'll up my last set. So next time I come, I'll do, like, 235 or something. And then I'll come back down to the same weight, 2 weights I just did.
Yeah.
And I start, on the back end, I start loading them up.
I like progressing by volume and then weight.
Okay.
So, like, I will push... Like if my week 1 is like a 2x8, or a 3x8, I push that to like a 3x12.
Okay.
And then I come back to 3x8 up 5 or 10 pounds.
Okay.
And so I get like 4 weeks of like just do one more.
Yeah.
And like it feels like tiny baby progression, but like I love that shit.
Yeah.
It keeps me like mentally satisfied too. Like, all right, I did it.
Yeah.
Versus like trying to add 5 pounds a week at this point. I'm gonna
because you can see those little incremental.
Yeah.
It's like gamifying something.
Exactly.
You said you wanted to do a press, right?
Yeah, some sort of incline. What about this? This is a decline press.
Yeah. There's a decline.
It looks real fancy, so.
I get so like wrapped up in the normal routine of things that I do. I've been lifting here for years. I've never used this machine. Just because I do this, I like my shit that I do.
Yeah. I'm digging that. Personally.
Good. Yeah, that's a good squeeze. Ooh, comes back
Thoughts,
far.
opinions?
Oh, this thing. I was like, it comes back so far.
Yeah, you gotta get a little lift off. Yeah, right?
That'll help a lot.
That's the same giggle I had. I was like, oh, God, they're not gonna match. I'll probably take like a 10 on top of that for like a 12 rep range kind of deal.
That's what I was thinking about doing, like 4 of 10 to 12 or something like that. I trained with guys when I like first started lifting that like took the West Side barbell method as like gospel.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, depending on the time, like it was.
Oh, it was. Well, one of the guys that used to train, it started training with us. Well, he had trained with them for a while, but then when I started training with them, he went and started lifting for West Side Barbell.
Yeah.
Josh Conley.
Okay.
He was in Flex magazine for pulling 800 at one point.
Damn, what weight class?
Oh, I don't even. He was fucking massive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I
mean, sleep apnea machine because he's so fucking muscular.
It's hard to argue with the entire gym being world champions for like a decade.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time,
but it's also like we were talking about earlier, right? Like, yeah, Louis Simmons was lifting like that up until he died, but like that didn't look like a fucking quality of life I want.
No, but like I don't think you get both. Like I don't think you get to be an insanely competitive, high-performing athlete and have normalcy or like happiness outside of that realm until you retire.
That makes sense.
Because like if you're not all consumed, you're gonna lose to someone that is.
Yeah.
Which is not healthy for day-to-day life.
Right.
It's not a good way to live, to be like well-rounded and fulfilled. But like it gets you.
It's a sacrifice essentially that you have to.
Yeah, and I think that's a beef that I have with a lot of gym content is like being like bro, like you have to want it. Like you have to be, you have to be doing this.
Goggins mindset.
You have no shot of ever being, or you're not even competing. Why would you take that mindset to like recreational hobby training?
That's why I stopped powerlifting, because I was like, what am I doing to my body right now?
Yeah.
This isn't making me stronger for everyday life. It's just destroying my knees and my hips and my elbows.
I had the same realization. I was competing at 198, and I was like, I have to beat John Hack. I was a 500-pound squatter, like a mid 600-pound puller, which is like very good. You talk to normal people, and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
John Hack's squatting like mid 800s.
Yeah.
Like in the same weight class. So it's like, all right, like I'm gonna go be happy. I also think the way like American high school sports culture is giving 13, 14, 15-year-old boys that mindset and being like, that's how you succeed. That's how you win. That's how you reach happiness. And then just releasing them into the world. It's where you get so many guys that are just like angry at the world and like unfulfilled. It's because it's like, I did it. Like I was all consumed. I did everything I was supposed to, and I didn't get anything out of it. Dude, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Like,
and look, man, I get that entirely. I never got in trouble. I didn't get arrested. You know what I mean? My parents were both addicts. My mom was a drug addict. Like, you know, I came from a background that I shouldn't have got to where I did, right? But still, like, I went to college. I got a master's, I got a PhD, and still I found myself when I was a professor making $50,000 a year, struggling to get by. And then again, you know, because I left being a professor, went into a private sector, ended up getting laid off, and then struggling while being laid off. And sitting there thinking, I did everything I was supposed to fucking do. Everything you people told me to do to be successful in life, I did it. And I'm getting the shit end of the stick. So I understand that. I think the problem is that like the adults condition these kids in those situations and put them in a position where they almost like they feel untouchable in this little bubble. And then when they leave the bubble, they have to face real life and real life consequences.
They've never had any sort of emotional regulation skills given to them or like coping mechanisms. And so you end up with addicts. You end up with angry, abusive partners. Because they're like, I don't know, I'm just so angry all the time because something is wrong. I did something wrong and I'm getting fucked. And I have no idea how to deal with it. So like, I'm gonna do what my dad did, or like, I'm gonna do what my friends are doing, like, which is get hammered every night and then like beat your wife. I think, again, to sports, like, can you imagine an English teacher talking to a kid how a football coach does?
Right.
Like the amount of coaches I had that got in my face and they're like, you're a little bitch, get your ass up. And then that being like the most important part of my day, every day for like 8 years, leaving that and being like, what do you mean I have to be nice?
Yeah.
Like no one was ever nice to me. Yeah, I've been trying to condense my thoughts a little bit on sports culture.
It's an interesting area, especially if you attack it from like a masculinities perspective.
Yeah, which I think it is, because it's like we also tell boys, like, that's where you're valuable.
Yeah.
And like, if you're good at sports, that's all you're good at. Because like, I think we were saying earlier, like, it's an easy punchline for the artsy and the smart kids to be like, shut up, dumb jock.
Yeah.
And so you're like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm a dumb jock. Like, you might be smarter than me, but I can beat your ass.
And then the thing is like kids will embrace that too.
Yeah.
Like I know that I know from whenever I was in school, I know from family members, when kids get that title, like, like you see yourself as other people see you, right? It's Cooley's looking glass self. The way that you think other people see you is the way you see yourself. So when people are telling you you're just a dumb jock or you're stupid, that shit, especially if like, then you also get some sort of like positive reinforcement from, say, the other toxically masculine kids that are also getting told that.
Yeah.
And then you guys reframe it and you formulate it as being a positive thing. Well, then guess what? When it comes time for a test, you're not going to try to do well on that test. You're not going to try to do well in school. And like, because that somehow earns you cool points. Because also in our culture today, it's cool to be nonchalant and not care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how it's a fucking insult to call someone a try-hard.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you, a not try? That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
How you don't care. Give me a fucking break.
I remember like it being a joke with like the friends I wrestled with of being like, I only go to school so that I can wrestle. I'm only here so that I can go compete. I do not give a fuck about learning. I realized after 2 years of doing cabinetry and like sanding boxes in a fucking like concrete room 8 hours a day, I was like, damn, I probably should have studied a little bit.
Yeah.
and then I like found learning as an adult, like, because I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know, but like it was so negatively reinforced by so many teachers and so positively reinforced in the opposite way by so many coaches.
Yep.
Of coaches being like, oh, like you got to see, like that's passing, buddy. Like,
yeah.
Get out there.
Yeah. Because then,
like, all right, cool.
Because those guys that are becoming the high school coaches in your hometown
We're also
are the jocks that never left the hometown.
Yeah.
That was all they had to hang their fucking hat on their whole life.
And then like you get people like me or you that like would be probably a good role model, but like I don't want to do that because I'm surrounded by those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's such a catch-22 for like coaching in that way of like I want to do it so badly and I want to be a good influence, but I want to bash my head against a wall every time I have to go to a meeting with like
deal
all
with
the
these
other guys.
people. Yeah. That was one of the things that I said when I left academia is being a professor and being around college students and professors every day for my entire adult life, essentially, I've forgot, and it sounds like an elitist thing to say, I forgot how stupid the general public is.
Yeah.
Because I didn't interact with them that often.
We're an average below 5th grade reading level.
It's insane. Yeah, like what you were saying earlier about your friends that you guys used to joke about, you go to school just so you can wrestle.
Yeah.
There's a guy who came out of Ohio State. He was a quarterback. He played for Ohio State and he like was ineligible for a game or something because like poor test scores. And he actually said, I think he might have put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
I didn't come here to play school. I came to play football. It's like,
which like
what?
At the college level, like they're kind of right. You know what I mean? Like
especially
that's
now.
The message. It's
especially now.
Fuck this. Like I'm here to get a bag.
Which especially now, what we were talking about earlier, with how common gambling is and everything. With college kids, how susceptible is a college kid to a little grease?
I've watched regular ass. Well, I'm thinking regular. I don't know.
Yeah.
You sometimes college kids. I'm in Durham, so I have Duke kids. This kid was like complaining about losing $5,000 on a bet. He's like a sophomore, junior in college. And he was like, yeah, whatever, I'll make it back next week when the Bengals play. And it's like, dude, that's like a car. And like the people that are doing that have lost all touch of like normalcy.
Yeah.
And so it's like, for him, it was like, oh yeah, bad day, like whatever, I'll make it back. For me, it's like, that is a life-changing amount of money, brother. The class disparity in cities is also nuts. Because like coming from a rural area, like in the South, everyone's poor.
Yeah.
For the most part. There's like the 2 rich guys that do construction, and then everyone else is poor. And so there's kind of a sense of solidarity of like, all right, like we all get it. You know what I mean? Like we're all eating Dollar Tree bread.
Right, yeah.
But like now that I'm doing this kind of stuff and like
really
traveling and talking to people, it's like, holy shit. Like, I don't know. Like I remember like asking for money. My dad being like, hey, lawnmower works, buddy. Like, go start knocking doors.
Fuck, I didn't even get that. I asked for money. We don't have money.
I'm going to Vegas again next month to go do more content, and then I'm going to LA after that. And I think that's another thing of the internet. It's like normal people aren't doing this because I'm too busy paying bills.
Yep.
And so our perception of like normalcy gets so skewed, and like
because people that have time to shoot this kind of stuff typically are people that are taken care of financially in some form or fashion.
Yeah. And
which means they come from some sort of background.
Or it's people that are like looking for fame, which is why I think so much gym content specifically is right wing.
Yeah.
It's because it's guys that started doing it looking for power or fame or money.
Or just some sort of notoriety.
Yeah.
Anything.
And when that's your only intention behind something, you just end up being on the right. Because you're like, nothing else matters. Like, fuck it, I'm getting money.
Unless something can push you to the other side because it's going to get you more notoriety.
Yeah.
What you see with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Now he's starting to go fucking left. Because that's where the money is. That's where I'll go. And I'll slowly do it so nobody notices. Mm-hmm. And eventually I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
You see it with like Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like all these podcast bros, they're like starting to backtrack and be like,
I didn't sign up for this.
It's not that cool.
Like Rogan.
Like it's so jarring. And it's also like, I see it now that I have a little bit of traction and a little bit of like clout, where it's so easy to just be like, fuck my morals. They're gonna pay me $5,000 to take a picture with their soda.
Somebody said to me, like, oh, you got like 30,000 followers on Instagram, like, are you making money off of it? And I was like, no, I have no idea how to even fucking make money.
Yeah,
off of it,
how do like?
And I was like, they were like, well, why don't you sign up for like, why don't you do one of those like, and brand ambassador things or whatever?
Yeah.
And I was like, why? I was like,
I don't want to sell my followers some bullshit.
And I was like, well, how would that look? I post videos saying how I'm an anti-capitalist, and then I pop up and I'm like, hey guys, do you guys want to do you need a pre-workout? And every video I post being anti-capitalist, I look like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying, use my promo code so I can get $10.
Dude, I got hit up by an undisclosed group that wanted me to do some like political stuff. And they were like, yeah, just like, you can't, like, we're not going to be like anti-capitalists. And I was like, okay, so you think you're going to pay me to lose my anti-capitalist beliefs?
Yeah.
Like,
you're going to pay for my morality?
Like, what the, like, do you think this is a bit? I got hit up by a TRT company. Actually, fuck them, by Alpha Male Wellness.
Fuck Alpha Male Wellness.
Hit me up, and they were like, yo, like, you want to be a brand ambassador? And I was like, no. And then they're like, we're having like a steak dinner with like the influencers we're trying to get like come out. And I was like, all right, free steak. Like, you got me there.
Yeah, I'll take that protein.
And the guy was like, he thought that I was doing a bit.
He thought you were a gimmick.
He thought that I was doing the leftist stuff because it's like the next frontier and it's like gonna make us more money. And he was like, literally verbatim, he was like, I'm sure we can put our differences aside to make some money. And I was like, actually, no, that's the whole difference, is that we can't do that.
Because of my morals.
Because I have a moral standing. And like, I went to his Instagram after dinner and he was like, fucking American flag shorts, Trump tank top, like TRT guy trying to sell like, as like, he said he could cure diabetes.
Oh,
with
shit.
testosterone.
Hell yeah, you know
and
that's
I was
real.
like, why haven't you taken that to the medical board? Like, that is
some big
world
stuff,
shattering.
bro.
And he was like, doctors are a sham. And then they all wear scrubs.
What?
And they're not doctors.
And doctors are also a sham.
Doctors are also a sham.
cosplay
But I'm going to look like a doctor to get more fucking integrity. It's like, you fucking clowns. I see how someone with less strict morals and a more dire financial situation would easily just be like,
fall victim to that. Yeah.
All right, like, I guess this is what I got to do to make money. And then 2 years later, you go, what? You're wearing the red hat, and you're like, I don't even. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's what so many influencers are like realizing right now.
Yeah.
Is they're going, oh fuck, I sold out my country for a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
And it's very funny to see the backpedaling start.
I'm an anti-capitalist, bro. I was like, I don't give a singular fuck about making more money.
Also,
all I need to have is enough money to live. I don't want kids. I don't need to have generational wealth.
I'm good.
I just need to take care of myself and my standard of living until I die. I have no interest in what you're selling me.
I think that is, in some ways, like, I don't know. I didn't grow up like poor.
Yeah.
I like to like, both my parents took care of me. I was always like good, but I didn't grow up wealthy. And like growing up,
middle class.
Yeah, growing up not wealthy, like, it's made me super chill, just like not having money.
Yeah.
Because also, like, as soon as I was 18, I like moved out on my own accord because I was like, I'm gonna go figure this shit out,
adult,
and like didn't take any help, and like was poor as fuck for like years, like stealing groceries, like, and I was like, now at this point, it's like, yeah, like I could go back.
Yeah.
Like I have no issue with that.
I've been there.
Like, so like you're not gonna persuade me with these like, ooh, you're gonna make millions. It's like, I don't want millions.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with millions? What would I do with that? Like, I'm like, oh, I could. That would be cool. Like, money just lets you help more people.
Yes.
You know, like I can do cool shit with my money for other people.
This is why fundamentally you don't become a billionaire if you're a good person. If I were a billionaire, my ego is such that I couldn't help but solve world problems.
Yeah.
Like how could anything else boost your ego more than being like, guess what I did? Solved world hunger.
And at least like they used to do that. The Rockefellers.
Yeah.
Evil. Gave us the Rockefeller Center.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Carnegie's?
Like, yeah. They used to at least invest in culture and like create something beautiful with their wealth.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
pass it to my kids so they can keep the fucking empire going.
Or like, I'm gonna buy a like $200,000 JPEG.
Yeah. Because I got fuck you money. I have fuck you money.
It's like, brother, you could fix an entire town's homeless problem with that JPEG.
Dude. And that's what I don't understand is like, if you really are like an egomaniac, would that not, like, solving problems, I don't get it, man.
Being able to be like, yeah, the like pregnancy death rate is 0 because of me.
Right, yeah.
I get to name this medicine after me that solves heart disease.
Right.
And then give it away for free just because I fucking can. And it's like, that doesn't give you like a nice little like boost. You have to just buy more Bitcoin. I'm digging this thing also.
Yeah, this is a good, yeah, it gives you a different stretch, a different pump.
I don't know, I'm decently young, but like I've been lifting for 12 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm kind of bored at some point. Like,
I'm
just trying to do interesting shit.
I've been lifting since, I think probably since I was 18. I had weighed like 190 and had never lifted a day in my life before. I was overweight. And then I got it really into running.
Okay.
And got down, and jujitsu and Muay Thai. So I was doing hella cardio.
Down to like 140, 150.
135 I weighed in for a jujitsu tournament.
Your head would be so big on your body.
Dude, I was just like, it looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
135 I weighed in, and my, at the time, jujitsu coach was also like a strength and conditioning coach. And he was like, we gotta put some muscle on you.
Yeah, you gotta eat, brother.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then like through that process, then I ended up hurting my knee.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't do jujitsu anymore. So then I just really got into lifting.
So you power lifted?
Yeah, so one of my childhood friends that I played Little League Baseball with, I was in the gym like when I was just, teaching myself shit.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding.com forums, fucking whatever I could, like those real early like, what was it? The guy that ran Muscle Farm when it first came out.
Yes.
Corey Gregory.
Yeah.
Like his early programs. And then like he teamed up with Arnold and did like some like Arnold program shit. And like I was doing all that stuff, but like my form sucked. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And my buddy was like, this guy came up to me who I did play Little League with. He was like, hey man, he's like, does your back hurt sometimes? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, your form's shit. I was like, ah. So then like he taught me how to lift and like kind of brought me under his wing. But you know what, man? What sucks? The same thing you see everywhere. They were fucking, like they were cool. And this was like 2000 and, early 2000s. I remember him saying to me, when you go out there, don't let them brainwash you into being a liberal. And I mean, this was 2011, 2012, some shit. And I was like, Bill, I got to tell you something. They don't got to do any brainwashing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's also like, I am way further left than I think you can conceive of.
Yeah.
Like, liberal is an insult to me in a way. Like, I'm like, don't put me with those people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
those people are way too conservative.
It's very funny because like I will talk to conservative guys a lot. Yeah. And like when I don't use the scary words, like socialism.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you agree on. Huh?
It's like we're all on the same page. And then I start to shit on liberals and they're like, yeah, brother. And I'm like, no.
You don't get it. No. You don't get it.
We're not the same.
Yeah.
Like, we're almost there. Yeah. It's like a horseshoe theory in a way.
There's some core differences here though.
Yeah.
Some very core differences.
The core difference is like the one that trips everyone up is trans people.
Yeah.
Like I will meet the most progressive dudes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, well they shouldn't be playing sports. And it's like, bro, there's like 8 of them that are playing sports.
Dude, drives me wild. Drives me insane. Literally single digits.
Also, like, I don't know if you know many trans women, most of them are dorks. Like, it's not like you're getting guys that are like, oh, I'm going to go fucking dominate, that then transition to go win.
So super ironic.
It's like, they're just hanging out. It was funny, my ex, we both, like, wrestled. She was, like, she's gnarly. Like, she was on the, like, USA world team for, like, beach wrestling.
That's dope.
Like, sick-ass athlete. Huh?
Say beach wrestling?
Beach wrestling.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's kind of like sumo and freestyle had a baby.
That's fucking cool.
But like we were coaching at this like open mat, and this bigger dude like he just didn't really know, and so he like bam like hit her, and she was like oh fuck, and like corrected him.
Yeah.
And then like went back up, and he just like did it again, and like and she just like disappeared and like dropped behind him, and she like hit this nasty like. Locked on his waist, like step around, like suplexed his ass, like on his neck, like for like, it's also like for real. Like,
Yeah.
popped her hips into him and just like bam, and like he hit the ground and he like never saw him again. It was like his third or fourth like class with us.
Yeah.
And just like
You
disappeared.
You can't come back.
Because it was like everyone like pointed and laughed also. Because it was like everyone else knows like yo, like she can actually wrestle.
Yeah.
And like she like trains with me all the time.
Yeah.
Like she can throw me. She's gonna throw your ass for sure. And like he just didn't know and got fucking launched. It was so satisfying. I loved coaching high school girls wrestling. Seeing like a 13-year-old girl realize that she can beat the shit out of the boys.
Yeah.
Because like at that age, they're all kind of the same size and strength.
For some of them, the girls are even bigger.
Yeah. And like if they just get better at the technique, they can like wipe the floor with these boys.
Yeah.
And watching that like confidence click for young girls.
And it doesn't matter how strong they are, they just have to have the right technique. It's the same thing with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like,
and like I got my ass humbled in jiu-jitsu because like coming from wrestling, I was like 195, like pretty good wrestler.
Yeah.
And like showed up to jiu-jitsu and I was like, all right, it's grappling. Like, how different can it be?
Right.
And like took this girl down.
Someone gets on their back there.
Yeah, I hit a nice little foot sweep, like bam, and then just fell right into her guard and got triangled
choked out immediately
6 times in a row. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing wrong?
Playing directly into my hand. That's what you're doing.
She let me like. I'm now convinced that she was letting me like set up the sweep
100%.
so that I would feel good and then just fall into guard.
She was like, look at this big dumb asshole who's a former wrestler. He's gonna try and overpower me. And I'm just gonna choke him out.
I was like, oh, I'm being sweet with this technique, dude. This is finesse. No.
I had to stop jiu-jitsu because of the knee shit. It popped out in a match I had at Rhodes.
Yeah.
I was in a battle royal and I was doing something in the outside of the ring. And you can see like it pops out, my lower leg like shifts. And the way that I pop it back in is by pushing on this heel with this foot to extend my leg. And then it'll just fucking pop back in.
Yeah.
And I got in and I finished the match. And then the next day we shot, I had a singles match and we recorded that one. And one of the camera guys came up to me and was like, hey man, if you don't want to wrestle today, I don't think anybody's gonna like say anything. And I was like, why? And he was like, I watched that video back. I saw your knee pop out. He was like, that was fucking disgusting. Give me another 5.
Another 5?
Yeah, put another 5 on.
What do you listen to?
Man, a lot of shit, but mostly like what I've been listening to since I was 13.
Yeah.
So a lot of this.
Okay, yeah.
Like I saw Slipknot at Ozfest twice. I saw them. They headlined the second stage.
Yeah.
And then the very next year they were on the main stage.
Fuck yeah.
So
I saw them at Blue Ridge Rock Fest.
Hell yeah.
And I was like barricade for it.
Oh, that's dope.
Which was like in the middle of a thunderstorm too. So
that's sick, yeah.
But also halfway through, security quit. Like,
that's terrifying.
No one let security know like what kind of festival they were working.
Yeah.
And so like crowd surfers just started like pouring over the barrier.
Them, yeah.
And they were like, dude, fuck this. Like, I'm not getting paid $10 an hour to catch these motherfuckers.
Oh shit.
And so like 30 of us just like hopped the barrier and like took over the security spots and we're just like pulling people down the whole time.
Fuck.
It was so hectic.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of like this kind of shit.
I'm good on this.
Yeah, I want to get one more fly in.
Cool. You criminology, sociology. Hey, what do we do to combat the U.S. propaganda system?
I really think the only thing that we can do is continue to be loud about it.
Yeah.
To not just blindly accept what other people are saying whenever, you interact with those people that fall victim to the propaganda that's being sent out there. Don't let them slide, right? I think for years and years and years, we did a lot of letting that problematic uncle slide and letting that problematic friend slide. And I think now we're seeing the effects of what happens
where it gets us.
Yeah, when you do a little too much respecting other people's beliefs, because sometimes your beliefs don't deserve to be respected.
Yeah.
And when it comes to fascism and racism and xenophobia and misogyny, I don't respect your positions in any way, shape, or form.
There's no debating with you. You're wrong.
Yeah. So that's why I think just continuing to be loud about it and not preemptively accepting anything that they might be trying to instill.
Thank you for being loud.
Of course, man. And I will continue to be as loud and as obnoxious about it as I possibly can.
It's awesome, and I think we need more of it, especially from dudes that look like you in spaces like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think this is a really easy way to meet people where they're at, of like, hey, like we all have this thing in common of physicality and struggle that we're choosing.
Yeah.
Now we can start to relate on that. We can start to build on that. And the right has done a really good job of using it. And I think the left is catching up finally. And I think we're just finally like being loud about it to the fucking camera. Like I've been having these conversations in gyms for years. And I'm sure you've been having these conversations in gyms for years. It's just now that I got over myself and stuck a mic on.
I didn't start doing it until I saw your content getting posted, and I thought, this guy is spot on. This guy is PhD level spot on the things that he's saying. And I was like,
you, dude.
And I was like, you know what? Because for years people were telling me like you should make content about this kind of stuff, and I was like, man, people don't really care, right? And I've seen that people do care a lot, and some people care in ways that are going against what I'm saying. But we need more people on this side of things, because I think what you said, the right has realized that there are things about this culture that they can take and kind of co-op, like the discipline, and they turn that into some sort of toxic level of masculinity. But it doesn't have to be like that, right? You can like fitness and like being big and muscular and still be soft.
Yeah.
And when I say soft, I don't mean soft as in like as the way that these people on the right say it, like you're soft, you're weak. I mean soft as in like holding space for other people's emotions.
Absolutely.
Being emotionally available to other people and being able to soften yourself to be there for other people and understand and empathize with other people's struggles, rather than just falling back on those old tired tropes of don't be a bitch, right? Oh, you need to be a man.
And
that doesn't help anybody.
It's so much more respectable to see someone that is well-rounded like that.
Yeah.
Like you meet a massive bodybuilder and he's like this kindest person you've ever met, and you're like, oh wow, like that's so much cooler than if you were a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And it makes you so much happier. Like once I got over myself and accepted myself as I am and started accepting other people as they are, like my life got so much better. I became so much happier in my day-to-day, and it made doing this hard stuff more fun and more rewarding, because there's a difference when you're just grind, work hard. It becomes so one-dimensional that you lose what's special about it.
Grind mindset too. I mean, you know this as well as anybody. That's just socialization into a capitalist system to keep you making money for them. And even if your grind is creating a business for yourself, and you might have yourself convinced like, no, this grind that I'm doing is to create a business for myself and money for myself. But like the reason you need to do that is because of this broader system they set up where life kind of fucking sucks for you right now. And it doesn't have to be that way. And that like Goggins idea of just like, embrace the suck and do it and like just do everything no matter how much it sucks and how much you hate it and suffering to get a benefit out of it. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Of course you have to sacrifice.
Yeah. Of
course you have to be, you have to restrict yourself in certain ways. You have to have discipline. But this super, like, hyper masculine level of feeling like you have to almost beat yourself up, right? I fall victim to that. I am so mean to myself, right? And, like, somebody actually told me recently, like, I wish you would be as nice to yourself as you are to other people. Yeah. And, like, it would be ignorant to not acknowledge that those things that me beating myself up over that kind of stuff are these toxically masculine ideas that I've been socialized into believing. That even though I know those things are not something I agree with, they're something I fight against, they still have an effect on me.
It's so deeply ingrained. And if you, I think, ascribe yourself to masculinity in one way, it's hard to pick out the good bits and keep those without absorbing all of the nasty self-hatred and other hatred that comes with it. And it's really hard, but like it's so worth it.
And I think too, I think what's really important too is I think there's a tendency when people might recognize some of these things in themselves that we label as toxic masculinity, or if they see something in themselves that like people are saying like, hey, that's a little bit racist, that's a little bit misogynist. I think there's this tendency for people to hear that and get very defensive because they think you're saying, hey, you're toxically masculine, or you're a racist, or you're a misogynist. When in reality, what we're saying is like that thought, that feeling, that thing that you're saying or doing is a racist thought, feeling, whatever. You don't have to continue to have that thought. You can change that.
You're malleable.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something else that we can do is be open about that, is that like, even though you might have these positions and whatnot that we think are terrible, like it's a terrible opinion you might have, you can always change that, right? Though it's not a tattoo on you. Right? I had somebody when I was actually in grad school that opened my eyes that my perception and like on concussions in the NFL was entirely racist. And I didn't realize it. And it was because I was saying like, you know, well, these people are making millions of dollars to get concussions. If I could make that amount of money, I would gladly get concussions. And they're like, yeah, but what's the racial makeup of the NFL?
And why socially do they...
Exactly. And once you go downwards, like, okay, well, how many college football players actually make it to the NFL? And how many high school players are trying to get to college?
How many middle school players make it to high school?
And how many of those brains got scrambled? And how disproportionately are they people of color? And the thing was, I was like, wow, I now realize my perspective was racist. My perspective has now changed. I am not a bad person. I can continue on living my life and feeling okay about myself.
It's also such a marker of like intelligence and maturity. Is like being able to have changeable opinions when an overwhelming amount of evidence is presented to you. Like that is the smartest people I've ever met are all constantly searching for new information and wanting to be challenged. If you are so dead set on like, I have these ideas and these things are right, I am right, no matter what, you are like giving yourself a false sense of intelligence. And it's commendable to see in anyone when they like can accept that new information, make a change in themselves and apply it to the world. Like it's beautiful. And
it's fun. Like, I like seeing when other people do it. I like when I do it. I love whenever I like when I'm thinking, when I've thought something, especially if I've thought it for a really long time, and then somebody like teaches me like, no, you've been incredibly incorrect. I love that because it's like, oh, my whole worldview just shifted in some form or fashion. Everything's different. And it's like, I don't understand why people would not want to feel that way, but people do. And I just think we need to maybe make more people aware that like, hey, when you have these thoughts that, you know, the other side of the aisle, the left might tell you are bad and you're a bad person for it, just know that like, you're not necessarily a bad person for those thoughts, those feelings, because you can change them. And like, I think what we're seeing right now is like, it's the perfect opportunity to come out and say like, hey guys, I was wrong. I've changed what I'm thinking and let's try and heal.
And it's going to be a lot of tongue biting on the left also of not being like, no, actually like, fuck you. Like you can't come back. It's being like, hey, I'm glad you changed. Let's get to work.
Which is like, admittedly hard to do.
That's really hard on both sides. And I think both sides need to recognize how hard it is for the other person to do that. And like that is what is the only thing keeping me optimistic. Is that like we have that ability and I'm seeing it in real time. Less so on the internet, way more so in real life. Like there's a big difference between online culture and real life culture right now. And I think the more people unplug, which is ironic because we're both are on the internet. But like the more people unplug and just like talk to people in their real lives and like have conversations and like recognize like, hey, you're doing a really difficult thing right now. I'm doing a really difficult thing right now. Like good for us. And then we can meet in the, well, not in the middle. We can meet way over here on the left and actually like have a good livable world that's like worth it. This is, I could talk to you for hours.
We could keep going on forever.
Your Instagram is Jordan Tyler Pro or Jordan
Tyler Pro _.
Jordan Tyler Pro.
I'm pretty sure the underscore doesn't matter. If you just put Jordan Tyler Pro in there, it'll pop up.
If you're looking for more left-leaning gym content, this man is awesome. He's also just an awesome dude. Hopefully we get to do way more together when you move.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Get you out to some wrestling shows too.
I would love to.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
See you guys soon.